got a plan, or we just shooting all these motherfuckers? That is my plan. Works for me.
They say that the third time's a charm, and THQ certainly hopes that the vulgar charm of the upcoming Saints Row the Third will pay off for the series' latest and strangest entry. With the latest installment in a series that began as a sort of bizarro world version of Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto franchise, you'll find yourself engaged in another turf war with a new faction known as the Syndicate in the fictional city of Steelport. It doesn't take long to see that Saints Row is once again aiming for way over the top.
Super excellence!
The game throws you right into the fire in the opening moments with a bank heist that goes terribly wrong. If you're not accustomed to the over-the-top dialogue or the outrageous action sequences that are a staple of the series, it'll only take a few minutes to get well acquainted with the style.
Nothing slows me down.
Much of the early part of the game consists of heavily scripted sequences, including a daring escape from an airplane where you end up in a crazy gunfight during an extended freefall.
I'm not gonna lie, for a minute, I didn't think you'd make it in time.
Eventually, the game settles down and slips into its traditional sandbox format. You'll be able to pick up various missions around the map, but rather than having to haul ass over to a location to receive new objectives, you can simply access new missions from your cell phone. You can also look up just about anything on the device, and convenient GPS functionality makes it easier to find your destination. Missions live up to Saints Row's gonzo reputation with ridiculous premises like breaking into a hideout as a sex slave or driving around town with a live tiger.
Who the fuck keeps a tiger?
Like previous games, completing each mission nets you cash, weapons, and experience known as respect. However, respect plays a much different role this time around. Instead of unlocking new story missions, respect will enable you to purchase skills each time you level up. Selecting from a wide variety of abilities lets you tailor your character to your preference, whether it's hitting harder, shooting better, or moving faster. Cash still serves as the primary means to purchase new gear or upgrade existing inventory, but the inclusion of these perks gives your Saints Row character a bit more of an RPG feel than before.
That's right, you fuckers! We're coming for you!
Another interesting element is your ability to make choices that determine the outcome of certain key missions, like deciding whether to blow up a Syndicate-controlled building or keeping it for yourself. You also have control over your looks, with the ability to change your appearance, making a return with even more options. You can even customize your gang members, which can be summoned to your aid in certain situations.
Put in your tampons and let's do this.
However you want to define yourself, there are once again many different vehicles and weapons to select from. Highlights so far included controlling an advanced fighter jet in a bout of aerial combat, and taking out armored vehicles by controlling drone missiles from a remote location. You can hold several weapons at a time, and you can swap them out on the fly with anything dropped by enemies. If your current armament isn't enough to get you by, you can always join up with a friend for some online co-op action. You'll have to be satisfied wasting computer-controlled enemies, however, since there's no longer any competitive multiplayer component.
What? I don't want to be some dude's bitch.
If multiplayer isn't to your liking, there's also a new mode with a colorful name where you have to survive increasingly more difficult waves of enemies while dealing with even more bizarre conditions. We've barely scratched the surface of Steelport in our limited time with the preview build, so there's obviously a lot more left on the table we've yet to see. Be sure to get the inside scoop on whether these Saints are a worthy cause in our full review next month.
A fucking tiger?!